Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Check it out. I finally got these in the mail today. These look pretty awesome. They're my rear camber kits. They are no-name brand camber kits, but these were the more expensive no-name brand camber kits I could find online. They are like similar to the Skunk 2 kind of design. There were various other manufacturers that made like a similar Skunk 2 design, and I guess the number one complaint about these kind of arms was the squeak in the polyurethane bushing. So these don't come pre-lubricated. You need to actually grease them up before putting them in the car. So today what we're going to be doing is installing these. So I'll show you guys how to take these apart, grease them up, and then we'll put them in the car. So let's get to work. Alright guys, to start lubing these up, you're going to need a few things. Obviously you need some silicone-based grease. I'm just going to be reusing the Prothane grease that I got for my bushings. You're going to need some anti-seize compound to kind of anti-seize the threads in here, so just in case if you needed to do any adjustments later, you don't want them to be locked up and unable to do any adjustments. You'll need some, I guess, snap ring pliers. I got these for 10 bucks, so we'll be reviewing these as well. I guess these are the OEMTOOLS ones. They had a lot of bad reviews on the website, so I'll see how good they are. People said that they're hard to kind of use and figure out how these bits go. I played around with it already and it figured out instantly. It's pretty easy. I don't know what people are talking about. So basically, we're going to start off by taking these apart. This bottom end is pretty straightforward to take apart. You push this pin out and then you pop these bushings out like that. It already comes right out. So you could easily lube those up. But I will lube those up later. I want to get this part first. So you're going to need some snap ring pliers to do this. So let's just get these out. So these are just one size pliers. The extra bits in here are just I guess extras for those kind of bits. They're just more different angles that you could curve, but there's a snap ring on the side here, and you basically want to undo the snap ring, and then you'll be able to pop the washer off on one side. These work pretty good. I don't know what people are talking about. They undid the snap ring pretty easily and without any issues. So we'll just work on one at a time. So I would put these in the orientation that they were in and kind of replace them. And you should be able to pop this out. You just hammer it out like that. And you only need one side out. So essentially, we have it all disassembled, and I'm just gonna put some, I guess, grease all over this thing. Looks to me like the snap ring is fully seated, so we are good there. All right, so now it's time to grease these threads up. So let's start off by removing the bottom here. There you go. That's all lubed up. Now let's work on the next one. And there you go. Everything's all greased up. So now we're just gonna install these into the car. All right, guys. So this is the upper control arm on the rear. It's held on by this bolt and these two bolts here. So what I'm gonna do is just remove this right now, and then we're gonna adjust the camber arms to match the specs of this arm, and then we'll reinstall everything. So I'll show you guys once I pull this off. All right, guys. So these are the two side by side. If you turn this to the left, this tightens it up. So if you turn it to the right, this would unlock it and you could get it to a certain distance. So what I'm going to do is basically pop a bolt right into here. And I'm going to measure the distance between the bolt to there. So it would be from the back of this position, basically 7 inches, right at the end of the bolt. So let's do that. That's exactly about 7. Yeah, that's pretty close. So I'm gonna tighten these up as is, and that should be pretty good to reinstall. All right, guys, so that's it. That's fully installed. So one thing that you would have to do is basically check the measurement distance once you install it in here from there to the bolt again once it's tightened. Because once you tighten these up, it somehow adds, I guess, makes sense. It makes it have a little bit more distance, so it's a little bit longer than it should, which means you're gonna get some positive camber. But I've readjusted this so that once we tighten this down, it pushes it out, and it's just like factory, exactly the same with the 7 inches and stuff. So just got to do that. And then now I'm going to just reinstall the other side as well. And basically the camber kit's done. So there you go, guys. That was the install for the rear camber kit. So that was pretty straightforward, not too difficult. These OEM tools, snap ring pliers, also worked completely fine. I had no problems with them. I don't know what people online were saying about how bad these were. They're not bad at all. They worked, and it's not like it's every day that you're going to be removing and installing snap rings. So this did the job, and I'll be reusing these to do my ball joints. So, you know, hopefully these work just as fine when I do those. But I hope this video helps you guys out in your installation of your camber kits, or if you guys wanted to just watch this to see if these things work well, you know, that's cool too. If you guys haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.